In this section, we are going to discuss how to use image map in our web page, right? So how to create image map in our web page, right? So there's a tag called map, right? So which can be used to define an image map in our web page, right? So I'll explain this one through the example, right? So in here, I have a web page called 93.1 day 4, and here I have a folder called image map. In here I have a web page called cpu2.html. All right, so I'll open this source code of this web page, right? So now you know these tags, right? So what is the usage of that tag, and then uh, so you know this basic structure of this web page. All right, so this is opening HTML tag, and this is the closing HTML tag, and this is the header section including the title, right? So in here I set the title central processing unit, and then this is the body section, which is the content of the web page, and then in here I have a level 1 heading. All right, so in here I use the font tag for font formatting. All right, so this is the font color, and then the alignment of the font, and then this is the size, right? So in here I have closing font tag, and then closing the heading one, and then in here I have a image. I have inserted an image img tag, and then the alignment of the image left align, which is the default alignment, and then source is cpu.jpg, because in here I have the image in here, right? So which is in the same directory, so therefore I use the relative path cpu.jpg, and then here I have a certain paragraph, right? So within the paragraph, the first 2 3 words uh, keep bold as font formatting, right? So this is bold in text, right? And then in order to set some formattings for the font of the uh, text of the paragraph, I use the font type, right? So this is the font color of the paragraph, this is the font size of the paragraph, right? So when I use the text that we have discussed so far, right? So when I open this web page, right, you can see this formatting, right? So this is the level 1 heading with the font formatting. So this is the paragraph that I have, right? And then this is the image that I have inserted into my web page, right? Okay. Uh, Actually, we couldn't discuss that one in image, how to insert image part. So we can use this image as a hyperlink. All right. So for example, say I want to say set this image as a hyperlink. So I can use the anchor tag in here, then href. So I have a URL. So this is the URL that I have, right? So what I want to do, when I click on this image, that is in here, right now, still I do not set that this image as a hyperlink. So when I click on this image, it doesn't uh, trigger any event, right? So in here, what I want to do, when I click on this image, it should be directed to this particular web page, right? So this is the other web page that I want to be directed. So when I copy and paste this URL, so this is the destination web page, right? Then what I want to do, when I click on this image, it should be directed to this particular web page, right? Say within a blank tab, right? Okay, then how can we do that? So I can use the anchor tag, and then this is the reference href, and then I set the target as a blank tag, blank. And then I close the anchor tag in here. Now my image acts as an link, hyperlink. All right, then I refresh this web page. Now you can see when I move my mouse pointer into there, right? So within the entire image, so even I click on here, it will be directed to the relevant web page. When I click on here, it will be directed to web page. That means when I click on the image, it will be directed to the destination web page. Now what I want to do, actually this is the place where image map come into the picture, right? So in this image, so there are several shapes are there. So this can be considered as a circle, so this can be considered as a rectangle, right? So this can be considered as some kind of a polygon, right? So when I click on these different areas, what I want to do, it should be directed to the relevant web pages. That means the assume I have a web page called control unit, right? So when I click on this shape, right, within this shape, it should be directed to the web page called control unit. So when I click on the relevant, when I click on this ALU shape, right, it should be directed to the say web page called ALU.html. Likewise, I have a web page called registers.html. That means when I click on this registers shape, it should be directed to the registers.html web page. All right. Okay. So I demonstrate that, right? So this is the web page that I create for that particular thing, right? So before that, I have created alu.html web page, right? This one, and then I have created control unit.html page, and then I have created registers.html page, all right? So for the time being, I close this, and then so this is my demonstration. So in earlier, I have created this image as a hyperlink. When I click on there, it should be directed to the one particular web page. But right now, so this is different page. So when I click on this particular area, right in here, it should be directed to the controller, right? When I click on this ALU shape, right, that is the shape called polygon, it should be directed to the page called alu.html. When I click on this registers area, it should be directed to the registers.html web page. All right. So we call this is image map because in here within the image I have created some clickable areas. Clickable areas. That means so when I click on here, it should be directed to the one web page. In here registers.html web page. When I click on here, it should be directed to the another web page. When I click on here, it should be directed to the another web page, right? So when I click on the three different areas on my image, it should be directed to the relevant web page, right? So actually this area defined by the shapes, right? So in here shape is circle, in here shape is polygon, in here shape is rectangle, right? That means we can use shapes for defining areas, particular area. All right, so let's see how can we do that, right? So there's a tag called map. There's a tag called map tag, all right? So actually before that, we have to insert image into our web page, right? So you know how to insert an image into our web page side. We can basically use img tag, right, with the essential attributes, all right? So in if you want to create a clickable areas in your image, we can use a map tag, right? That means map tag can be used to define an image map, all right? So map is an image with clickable areas, right? So by using the map tag, we can create a clickable areas in our image, right? So the name of the map tag associate with the img tag, right? Associated with the img tag, especially there's an attribute called use map. There's an attribute called use map in img tag. That means when you insert the image, there's an attribute called use map. right, which is associated with map tag, right? So you can see that in few seconds later, right? So we can create a relationship between image and the map tag, all right? So actually map tag contains the number of areas, right? So number of areas, actually area can be defined use the shapes, right? So those areas act as a clickable areas. Clickable areas. That means we can click on that particular area, then it will be directed to the given web page or the defined web page, right? So, for example, in here I have a few shapes. In here I have circle. In here I have a rectangle. In here I have a polygon. All right. So if you want to draw a rectangle, if you want to draw a rectangle, so what do you want? So you want two coordinates, that is coordinates of, say, if it is a left hand top corner, then you need another coordinate from right hand bottom corner, right? Or if you have a coordinate of right hand top corner, then you must have a coordinate of left hand bottom corner. That means you must have at least two coordinate. You must have a two coordinate to draw a rectangle, right? So if you want to draw an circle, what do you want? Probably you want the center coordinates, center, and the radius of the circle, radius, center and radius, center coordinate and the radius, right? So coordinate always come with the x and y coordinate, right? X and y coordinates and the radius. So if you want to draw an polygon, if you want to draw a polygon, so you need all those coordinates, coordinates of this one, coordinate of here, coordinate of here, coordinate of here, and then coordinate of here. All right. So you need all those coordinates, right? Okay. Then let's see how can you use this image map. First of all, you have to insert this image into your web page, right? Say the name of this image is test, right? So name of this image is test. Assume name of this image is test.jpg, right? So in here, you know how to use an img tag. So in here, source is test.jpg, and then this is the attribute which create the relationship between img tag and map tag, right? So what is that attribute? Use map, and in here we can use we can set an particular id, particular id for this image, right? In here I use an id called test map test map as id, and then we can have a map tag. Then in map tag there is an attribute called name, right? So we have to set uh, id for this name, that is the id of the image that you have already inserted, right? So I have insert image called test.jpg, then I have set test map as a id for that image. Then in here in map tag we have to set id of the image which is already inserted into your image. That's all right? So in here I use test map as a id for this test.jpg image. Then I use this id as a name for the map tag. That's all. And then we can define areas of our image, right? So for example, first of all I set area for this rectangle, right? Then within the map tag there's a tag called area, and then in here there's an attribute called shape. What is my shape? Rectangle shape. Then shape is rect, that is the keyword rect. And then we have to set the coordinates. So this is the coordinate of say left hand top corner, this one, and then we have to set the coordinate of right hand bottom corner, this one, right? So this is the left coordinate, this one, right? So this is the coordinate of right hand bottom corner in here, right? I'll explain how to get these coordinates, right? And then when you click within this area, when you click on this area, what should be happen? It should be directed to the rectangle.html or HTML page, right? It may be HTML or HTML, right? So when you click on this particular area, it should be directed to the rectangle.html or HTML web page, right? Likewise, you can define the circle and the polygon, right? So if it is a circle, area shape is circle. What are the coordinates? Coordinates is this is the coordinates of center point, and then this is the radius of the circle, radius. And then when you click on this particular area, it should be directed to the circle.html web page. Circle.html web page. Have you got it? Circle. There's this many mistake. Circle.html web page. All right. And then when you click on this polygon area, right? So area is poly, and then you have to set all the coordinates of this corners, right? Then when you click on this particular area, it should be directed to the polygon.html or HTML web page, all right? Then you can close the map tab. You can close the map tab. All right, so that's all. So let's see how can use this concept in our web page. All right. Okay. Okay, then I have this cpu.html file. Then what I have to do when I click on this circle area, it should be directed to the uh, control unit.html web page. When I click on this ALU area, or this is polygon, this polygon area, it should be directed to the ALU.html web page. When I click on this particular area, this is rectangle, it should be directed to the registers.html web page. So these are the web pages: registers.html and controlin.html and alu.html web page. Okay, so this is my image cpu.jpg. So I open this image through the MS PowerPoint, right? Right. So in here I can take the x and y coordinate. You can see this left hand bottom corner of this MS Paint. Left hand bottom corner in here, right? When I move my mouse pointer, you can see in left hand bottom corner of your MS Paint application, right? So in here, first of all, I take this registers area, this rectangle area. So now you can see 46 into 46. I note down that those points. 246 into 225. That is left hand, right, actual left hand uh, top corner of the rectangle, and then I'll take the right hand bottom corner, 184 to 346. Right. So that is the coordinates of registers area. Then I'll take the coordinates of the control units. So in here, this is the roughly I'll take, this is the center, 115 69, 115 69, right? Then I'll move my mouse pointer into towards the right. So this is 169 69, 169 69. So in here 169 into 69. So that means, so this is a 115 into 69, right? Here 169 comma 69, right? Like in here, right? So here I'll, here by calculating these two, I can say the radius of this circle is 169 minus 115. Radius, or I'll say radius is 169 minus 115. Right, so these are the coordinates of circle, or this is coordinate of control unit. Control unit. And then next one is coordinates of ALU. So I'm not going to take down this one by one, right? So I'll explain this, right? So this is 4700. Okay, I'll take down, right? 47 116. Then next one, right? That is 67 116. Then next one here, 92 162. Then next one, this point. This point is 139 162. In here, next one, 155 116. In here, uh, actually, next one, right in here. So this is 184 116. Then next one, this one, right? That is 154 207. Then next one, this point 69 207. And next one, I think it has been already taken, 47 to 116. Likewise, we can take these coordinates ALU. Right now I have these coordinates of registers area, that is left hand top corner and right hand bottom corner, in here center and the radius, and then I'll take all the points of these corners, right? So then, okay, this is my web page, cpu.html, right? So in here, cpu.html, right? Now this is I remove this link, right? So I have insert this image, something like this, right? So this is image img align left, and then src cpu.jpg, and then here there's a tag called use map. All right, then here I have to set the id. I set hash say cpu, right? Then I save this, and then I can use uh, actually in here the here I have to close this paragraph, close the paragraph. So this is the open paragraph tag, this is the closing tag, and then I can use the map tag, map, map. And then within map tag, there's an attribute called name. So what is the map that I have to use? This one, CPU, CPU. And then at the same time, I the closing tag of the map. Okay, so that is the map tag. Right, so within the map tag I can define areas by using shapes, right? Okay, so there is a tag called area. Then what is the shape? First of all, I use that rectangle shape, right? So this one registers rectangle shape. Then shape is rectangle, so this is the keyword. And then codes. So what are the coordinates? I think I have taken down those coordinates. So these are the coordinates. 46, I copy this, 46 to 15, then comma, and then 184 to 346, like this. And then I have to set the reference. Reference should be, that means when you click within this area, it should be directed to registers.html page, like this. Okay, when I click on this particular area, it should be directed to the registers.html web page. I save this. Okay, now I'll explain again. I use this particular image for my map tag, that is the CPU, that's the ID that I have set. Then within the map tag, as a name attribute, I use this ID. That means I'm going to use this particular image as a map in my web page, right? So that's why define in here. And then within map tag, I can define areas. First, using the area tag. First shape is rectangle, and then these are the coordinates, and then when I click within that particular area, it should be directed to registers.html web page. Then I save this and I open this web page. Now you can see in here these are not clickable areas, but when I click on this particular area, it will be directed to the defined web page or registers.html web page. When I click on when I click within this area, it should be directed to the uh, registers.html. Now it's okay, right? So when I click on here, it's directed to the registers.html web page. Likewise, I can create clickable areas for this one and this one. Okay, for quickly I demonstrate that. Next one, right? That is also area, and then shape is circle, and coordinates. I have noted down those coordinates. So this is the radius, and so this is the center, this is the radius. Okay, so this is the center and radius. Radius is 169 minus 115. That is here 9 minus 5 4, 16 minus 11 means 6 minus 1 means 5, 54. And it should be directed to the circle dot, sorry, not the circle, that should be directed to the control unit. Here my web page is control unit.html. I'll copy this file name. I copy this file name and put into here. Okay, and then I save this. Okay, then I save this and open the web page and refresh. Now you can see when I click on this particular area, it will be directed to the control unit.html web page. Right. Likewise, I can create this particular area as a clickable area. Area shape, that is polygon, and coordinates. Quotes. So these are the coordinates. These are the coordinates. I take this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. All these are the coordinates of my polygon. Right. So when I click on that particular area, it should be directed to the this alu.html web page. It should be h. Alright. This one. Then I save this and open the web page. Refresh. Now you can see when I click on this particular area, it will be directed to the alu.html web page. Likewise, I can create image map in our web page. Actually, those are open, all those are open within the same tab. So therefore, I can change this target as well, right? Here I can set the target. Here I can set a target curve underscore black, right? I set the same attribute with the same value for the other text as well. Then I save this, and I have already opened that file. Then I refresh. Now when I click on here, it will be open in a new tab. Okay, so likewise I can use map tag in my web page. Right, so like this. Here we can insert image, and then here uh,
I have to set ID for that image, and then by using that ID as a name for the map tag, we can define areas by using shapes with the relevant coordinates, and then we have to set the what is the web page that should be opened when you click within that particular area. Okay, so that's the end of image map section. So if you have any problems or doubts regarding this, let me know, then I'll explain, and by the other examples, some other examples as well, right? Okay, now you can easily understand, I think you can easily understand this, right? So you can watch these videos 2 3 times, then try to understand this, and then especially try to do the exercises that I have uploaded, then you can revise what you have studied so far, right? Okay, thank you very much.